And I'm going to invite you. There you go. Yep.
There we go.
Yay.
Hello.
Right. Well, let me get my grab my. All right, I'm connecting. I know I answered a phone call when I had stepped away, so.
Oh no, that's fine. I had to too. So that's all right. That's why I was like, yeah, you know what? Perfect timing. My phone's ringing.
Perfect timing. All right, I think I'm here.
Oh,
Yeah,
your tune's standing there,
I'm
so I would
here.
assume so.
Yes. Although it shows me I'm fishing. Am I fishing? No, I'm not fishing. I'm right here. There we are. Okay, now let me make sure that we are... Nope. Let me make sure that we're live and that I'll do a little voice check. There we are. Okay. Let me make sure I can hear us. It'll take a moment before my phone will kick in. But I think we can hear each other. Okay, test.
Check.
Okay, test. Yep, I heard ya. We're good.
Okay,
We're good to go.
Yay!
Very nice. Okay, so it's almost, well, it is official. It is official time.
It is.
Here it is. It's 12 p.m. Is it 12 p.m.? Is that what time it is? Almost. We got one more minute, but I'm still going to go ahead and start us now since we're both here. And hi, everyone. This is Flower Child 567, and today is Thursday, and that means there's no place like home. And today I have a very special guest with me, Vulpin Rexmus. Say hi, Vulpin.
Hello.
And I see viewers are already tuning in. Hi, thank you for tuning in. I do want to make a notice or a point to say right now Twitch is offering, of course, my viewers an ESO box, one of our boxes, our chests, whatever you want to call them. Ooh. So make sure you grab yours when you're in Twitch. If you look at the top of the chat box, it should give you the message right now. The other thing I want to say is I only need 94 followers to reach 1,600. So if you aren't already following me, please click that follow button. And I really, really appreciate that. The last little thing I'm going to say is that Twitch is also, they're doing their September subscriber thing. I'm really bad about asking people to subscribe because it does cost money, but it's a discounted subscription. I think it's only like $1 or something off the subscriptions, which are regularly $5.95 or something like that. So, and don't forget, you can subscribe. You can become a subscriber for free using your Prime. Your Prime. So, anyways, those are my notices. And I want to just say hi, everybody. It's so great to have you here. And how are you today, Vulpin? How are you doing?
I am all right. A little nervous, obviously, but I'm all right.
Oh, what are you nervous about?
Oh.
What are you nervous about?
Oh, showing off my work, naturally. Anyone can see their own critiques in their own work, so...
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, artists, no matter what type of artist you are, because this is a form of artistry, it's a vulnerable process to share creations with people.
Oh, I agree. I agree. It is a very vulnerable process, but you got to take a step back from yourself and be willing to hear other people's criticisms because some of them might actually help you.
Some do, in
Some do.
fact, some
Yeah.
do, especially if they've got oodles of experience. And
Oh yeah.
I myself am a novice. I've only been playing with housing in ESO, not even a year yet. So I took to it though because I'm an artist and out here in this outer world. And then when I learned that there was a form of creativity here in ESO, I just really sprang on it and have aspired to do some of the stuff that we're going to see that you do.
Oh yeah.
So Vulpin, tell us about your journey so far. How you started? How did you start?
Oh, you mean start doing the decorations?
Yeah.
Honestly, okay, so it was back in one of my former guild days, back before Black Marsh. We had for the longest time, like out of everyone in the guild, I didn't even have a house. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, so I had no house. I was just running around being your average, just common player, just doing what I do. Well, the guild
Yeah.
head at the time found out I didn't have a house, and he's like, no, no, no. We're going to get you a house. So you go around, you
Aw.
shop, and you figure out which one you want. Well, I landed on this one here. It's a pretty decent
Oh,
first house.
yeah.
And then I spent about, what was it, a month just grinding up the money for it because at the time they just got rid of the armor that allows you to, have farm more gold. And I had to take the time to farm it on up. I was like champion level 300 at the time.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so, I didn't really have much behind me. And then ground it up, bought this place, and then I realized you can decorate it.
Oh, yeah.
And at
Then,
first it just started
then
with,
the fun begins, right? Then the fun begins.
yeah, well, not really. It wasn't fun at first. Because at first, like, inspiration doesn't come. It just doesn't. Well, it can just land in your lap, and there you have it. But with me, it started off with I put a little here and there, and I was toying with like a Daedric theme and like all this other stuff. And then one day, I just had like I'm not gonna lie, I sit down, I do my California thing, I relax a little bit, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm looking in a particular area, and I'm pretty sure you can see where it started when you go in there. I'm just sitting there
Okay, that
looking
would
at
be
there,
fun.
and I'm like, I have an idea. And it just took off from there.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is exciting. And I think your journey is like all of us really, where we become a house owner.
Mhm.
Somehow, whether a friend or a guild member, says, no, no, this won't do, or,
Mhm.
whatever. And we get our first house. Or we earn our first house as an achievement, and it's like, oh, I have this house. What do I do? Oh, great, I can. My intention was, oh, I can log on and off in it. I have a entry point. That's all mine. And for the longest time, I didn't even have anything in my house until you start earning those things and pop
Yeah.
them in. So yeah, the thought of buying anything or building anything wasn't part of my reality as a house owner for quite a while. Quite a
Honestly,
while.
well, no, even while I was doing the decorations of this one in particular, I didn't pick up crafting. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't
Yeah.
do that. And here's why: I didn't know that you can craft furniture at the time. I mean, for a champion,
Yeah.
I was really new. Like, even though I had been on at that point for like 3, 4 years, I really didn't have people to help sit me down and help me figure it out. I had to pretty much fill around in the dark.
Yeah.
And so a lot of this, I spent time grinding up the gold and going out and going to the guild markets and hitting up the luxury furniture vendors, and especially the one in Coal Harbor. But it wasn't
Well, I'm
until the next house that you'll start seeing me advancing into doing my own crafting and adding it into the
okay.
house.
Well, I'm going to say something that's quite embarrassing, but I'm going to own up to this. I didn't even know there were achievement vendors until just this year.
Oh, you know, honestly, I'll be fair with you.
I've been in this game since 2017. I didn't know there were achievement vendors.
Oh,
So
yeah, no, like one of the easiest achievements to get is the totem to her scene. I want to call it a totem. It's like a giant pillar.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, no.
Anyways, we have someone called In-House Me, and their comment is me plus you. I don't know. Is that a private message to you, Vulpin? I don't know what that means. Me plus you, but hi, In-House Me. Thank you for tuning in and sharing a comment. I have to admit something else. I had a block on my chats, and a few were getting through, but the biggest majority of, anyways, I got it all fixed up. I think I had someone walk me through all my settings, and now I think I'm back to normal. Anyways, we are at the Forsaken Stronghold.
Yes.
And the Forsaken Stronghold is a house that you can purchase. So I'm going to show it to you in the Crown store in our marketplace, and it is a classic. Is it a classic?
Classic. Yeah.
It's a classic house. So, and you can purchase it. You can own it. I do not own it yet. Perhaps I'll be so inspired by what you show us today that I'll have to buy it as soon as we're done. I do not know. The Forsaken Stronghold, 6,400 gold crowns, or crown gems, or whatever you want to call those.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to read to you what it says. It says, when Hochvild drove the orcs of Yashnog's kingdom out of Fall Creek into Second Era 467, the exiled Orsamirs came east to establish Forsaken Stronghold. But the last orcs died in 563 after they were visited by a merchant infected with Kannakin flu.
Nation flu.
Nation flu. Thank you. See, I say everything wrong in this game. I am forever like putting my foot in my mouth. All right, here we are. You can buy it, like I said, for 6,400. 6,400, and you get 300. It's a classic. It's in Bangkok. I'll show you the map in just a moment. You get 300 furnishing spots, 4 special furnishings, 20 collectibles, and 4 special collectibles. And how many people? 6, 12? Do you know?
I think it's close to like 12. I think it is 12.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so here we are on the map. You can see right there's Bankarai, and we are right here on the northeast part of it. We are not too far from this little boss called Lake Watch Tower, I guess is his name. I don't know. All right, let me take you in and show you what it looks like empty, because since I don't own it, it's one of those houses I can preview. And then I will travel into your house, of course.
Okay.
We're both entering, but Vulpin goes into his own home, whereas I go into the housing market. I'm being a realtor right now, or not a realtor, but a homeowner. So you can see, I'm just showing you real quick. This is empty. I'm going to run into the house real quick. It's quite a bit of land. I think it's a tremendous amount of land that you get with this house. It's pretty cool looking.
Oh yeah, no, it's a pretty decent size for its price value. And it is also one of the ones you can grind up gold and purchase in game. You don't need to go and, purchase it off the Crown store.
Yeah, which is always a plus. So if I were to buy it right now, you see, I could spend 1,285,000 gold, or I could spend 6,400 gold crowns and get it. And you can also buy it furnished. Did you buy this furnished?
No, I never buy any of my places furnished.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, really. Okay, I'm going to run back out And I'm going to travel to you now, but
Okay.
I'm going to go to the front door. We're okay. Here we go. Are you guys ready? Are you ready to see Vulpin's home? I am. Okay, here we go. I got to go into my group because, we're in that group.
Mm-hmm.
And travel to you. Okay, here we are, coming in.
Welcome.
Hey, there's the man. Now it looks quite, or I should say you're a Khajiit, right? You're a Khajiit, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the Khajiit. And when you come in, you can see right away, just glancing from my left center to the right, how different it looks. And that's one of the cool things about being a house owner. Okay, I'm going into first person because the camera is all about Vulpin and his creation here. All right.
So, first and foremost, welcome to what I have dubbed the Temple of Greencraft. It is not really a home, more of a place for contemplation and relaxation. As you come on through, this area, I just took it lightly. I was thinking more along what I would consider peaceful. For me, it's a little bit structured, a little bit orderly, not so chaotic, but also with a blend of a little bit of nature's own chaos into it. As you notice, I tend to pick different colored flowers to go around and, kind of make it look like it would be more natural growing as opposed to a strict orderly form of gardening.
Right, yeah. It's beautiful. And what you're saying, your intention was, you definitely got it because it's very peaceful. Yeah, very peaceful.
And down here is this is the area where I said earlier I was sitting and I just got hit with that epiphany and idea. And this is it. Like,
oh, this is beautiful.
I was at the point in time, not gonna lie, I was sitting back, like I said, doing my typical native California thing, and I was listening to, what was it, Wardrona and some other world / Wiccan / pagan music, and I was just sitting here, and this just came to me.
Beautiful. And you know it, this environment though does match that music.
I did try, yeah.
Yeah.
This is back when I was more influenced by my Norse and Celtic practitioners, and you can see it.
Yeah. Now I want you to explain what this is to the right for people who may not recognize what it is.
Oh, this is what most witches would call a stereotypical altar. Comes with the blade, the incense, the symbols of the god, the goddess, and the divine, and all of that. And from there, yeah, it's a little bit difficult because I can't do exactly how I would at home build my altar.
Right.
So I had to, for the beast god, I chose a Khajiit, statue, and for the goddess, I chose the symbol of Debella. And for the overall spirituality, I like dragons, so I chose Akatosh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
really nice, yeah. And I love how your crow just walks right across the altar, saying, "Look at me, look at me, look at me."
Oh yeah, no. This is it is a little chaotic with those. I do have to admit. I just discovered at that point that you can do that.
Yeah, oh, make the the
and I was
pathways.
like, oh, that's awesome. So I kind of went crazy with it. And
oh, I love it though. I love it.
Yeah. So there's this part, and that evolved because I was talking with my guild head and everything like that, and there was a lot of people in that former guild that wanted to actually learn witchcraft, Wicca and all that stuff, and I wanted to teach it at the time. So this evolved from what you see here, because people wanted a more formalized, comfortable setting. And it evolved into what I have going on up here. And as you can see, when it came down to this, I really wanted, because it came with the title, Forsaken Stronghold. I wanted it to look like nature was in the process of reclaiming it. And thus the lot of ivy plants, the just trees growing out of cracks in the floor and stuff like that. But I also wanted it to keep its majesty. And one of my friends at the time really had a thing for, being an orc, and they always hung out here. So I went and I got the stuff from Rothgar, these little tablets and stuff, and put them on up for them.
That's really nice.
Well, I do try to be considerate. And in here,
wait, coming in.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you. Now here.
Okay.
This. Oh, do I want to do left or right first? Oof. You know what? Yeah, let's go over here.
To the right. Okay.
So here, this is like back in the guild. We used to do like when people would get weddings, and like it would actually, some of them would evolve into actual serious relationships over the game, which happens. I mean, you role play with enough people enough, bonds form. And this is where we would hold like the wedding ceremonies and things like that.
Nice. Now, did you do weddings or did you do hand fasting?
I did both. Whatever made them comfortable with.
Okay. I personally was hand fasted in real life, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, back here is the cooking area, and
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love your pot-bellied stove. Wait, did you create that? Oh no, it's a.
One of my friends made it for me.
Where did you find that? That's awesome.
I don't know. Honestly, it's been a minute. I don't even remember, to be honest. I just remember one of my friends traded it to me. So.
It's very cool. Yeah, very cool. It's the first time I've seen one like that. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I haven't seen one since.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then down here is like where people like, if you just like need to have like a sit down discussion, like chill, fucking just need people to hear you out and talk. This is what this was designed for.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's very, very communal. Yeah.
And then up here, this part, I think a lot of people, I don't know. It's one of my favorite parts, but it's also very stereotypical. My theme for this area was Mage Guild.
Oh yeah. You get that right away. I don't know. There's definitely that magic in the air here.
Now here is the area that area in the Grove evolved into. I would sit here and people would sit down and very schoolhouse, very take your time, learn kind of situation library. It's like I said, this is one of my favorites. Yeah.
Are you still doing classing? Are you still teaching up here?
I mean, I would like to. Everything in that former guild that I was doing, it went really south really quickly. A lot of drama happened, and unfortunately, I lost a lot of those friends and people that I was close to. So things happen.
Things happen.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, would I love to do it again? Yes, of course, naturally. I mean, it's teaching something like that. It's part of the craft. It's part of what you do. The knowledge doesn't need to die; it needs to be passed forward. So
yeah. So do you hear that out there, viewers? If you have been wanting to learn Wicca, right here, all you have to do is make contact with Vulpin.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Rexmus. And just let him know you watched this episode on the stream and let him know you're interested. Don't hackle him, though.
I am a timid thing, honestly.
So this is wonderful. This is the first time I have seen a teaching center like this for real life belief and stuff, and I think that's really admirable. I have a wise woman a wise woman room at my guild's house,
Nice.
and I do. It's set up to do readings, tarot readings. I'm a tarot reader, so all they have to do is come in, and they pay me 500 gold coin, and I read for them.
I mean,
So that's a way of bringing real life in, also.
yeah.
So yeah, very cool here. Very, very cool. All right, where are we going to next?
Well, sorry, excuse me.
That's okay.
When water gets stuck in your throat. Uh,
Oh dear.
well, there's one more thing that I don't think I got to show you
hmm
last time, but up here,
Exciting.
because you don't get to really see this from the down below. If you look right across over there, I put a shining, one of those shining crystals that's above Debella into that
Oh
tower over
yeah.
there, and over
Oh
here,
nice. Nice.
I put one up here,
We
but
just.
right here, just
Oh yeah.
just look at this view. Like it has.
Ah.
It has a lot of
So
good things in it.
it's gorgeous. Yeah, I mean it really does. I don't know if you do this, but I actually, go into camera mode,
Mm.
photo mode, and I take pictures of my landscape and they become my background on my Xbox.
I actually
So
do have this temple,
yeah,
particularly the grove down there, on the as my background on my Xbox.
as your background. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean I love doing that. So I change about once a month and put on a new background because there are outstanding landscapes in
Oh yeah,
in here.
oh yeah. Like I said, oh yeah. So, do you want to see the third place winner in the competition now?
Yes, of course.
All
Yes,
right.
yes, yes. So you're going to
I'll travel
tell me
I'll travel to Riften, and if you want to meet with me there, I'll escort you to the place, and that way you can just
okay,
walk on in and do like we did here before.
awesome. So we're gonna fast travel to a way shrine, I believe, right? Is that where
Yes,
we're going?
it's going to
Yeah,
be the Riften Way Shrine.
the Riften Way Shrine. Well, I'm gonna wait until you get there and fast travel to
All
you.
right, no problem.
And this is gorgeous, by the way. What you've done here is really admirable, and I love how you have made it versatile. It's not only about a game, it's also about your life beliefs and to be able to use it. All right, I'm coming over.
Okay. And yeah, I'm here now. And yeah, honestly, it was more along the lines I was talking with a lot of people, and I noticed that a lot of people were either practicing witches in real life, or some of them were learning, and they were didn't have anyone to help. Because
Yeah,
as a teacher, you got to accept the fact you're not actually like a teacher like you would think in school. You're a spiritual
right,
guide. You do not tell them what to do. You advise and let them learn. I mean,
right.
so
Yeah,
that was like the major thing, and a lot of them didn't understand that, and like they don't understand like a year and a day, the year and a day thing.
yeah,
They don't understand. It's yes, it's a literal year and a day, but it's also the original
yeah.
translation comes from Fae, where a year in the Fae world was 100 years
Just a
and a
small
day.
donation.
In real life, yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's a term of saying that your journey never stops. The moment you start, you're constantly moving, you're constantly evolving. So
Right. That's
so yeah, I do like the Rift. Don't get me wrong. I do love my Nordic areas. Place is a little, you know, it's the Rift.
it's the riff.
Exactly. So right.
And the riff, isn't it true? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong spot.
Hmm.
The riff is where all the bad boys hang out. Is that the true? Is that the story
Yeah,
behind the riff,
okay.
or is that the?
Cancerous people and toxic people are going to be everywhere. There's just no avoiding that.
Yeah,
Okay.
right,
So
right.
some people are doing that because that's just how they game. It's
Yeah,
just they're just that level of competitive or whatever it is that drives that spirit in them, right? And then
yeah,
there's those that are actually genuinely doing it. Like in my old guild, there was a really toxic person that I knew in PvP, but outside of PvP, they were nice, they were chill, they were calm. They never did anything bad. Now, does Riften have some of the best duelists? Yes. Yes. And I hate to say that I'm a Daggerfall boy. Team Daggerfall all the way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you go up against them enough in PvP, you tend to know who the major threats are. And I roam Wayrest, I roam the Rift, I roam fucking sorry, pardon the language, Aradon.
That's all right. It's yeah.
And here you go. Here is the Hunter's Glade. And out of all
Here's
of
the
three of those,
Hunter's Glade.
yeah, out of all three of those, I have to say, I don't duel in red territory. Just don't.
Well, it's an interesting process that people really take on their alliance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they become really dedicated to it. I mean, I began as an Aldemary Dominion, a high elf, and I have one character of every alliance by now, but my favorite will always be this original character. It's the way it is.
Oh, no, that's fair enough. I mean,
yeah, and I think we do that. I think we
find,
yeah,
like with me, it was played through all three storylines. Okay.
Yeah.
So I played through all three of them, and then I was like, well, because like one of my friends likes Queen Irene, another one likes Skald King. I like King Emmerich. I'm not gonna lie. As a character, I like him.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to fight, but he has more diplomatic skills than the Queen of Queen Irene, and he's not afraid to fight. So he's a perfect balance, in my opinion, between the other two factions. That's why I like him. Now, does he get played a lot? Yeah, he's a dummy sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie.
I like him though. I still like him.
I do
like
too. He can be a dummy. So why don't you go on in and let them see what it is before? Because
all right.
I'm looking over the
so
time.
Here, yeah, I know. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna pull up the. Oh wait, we need to say it is not in the Crown Store.
No, it is not. Because it only gets released every few years in the Halloween week tribute. During the time that it's Halloween.
Yeah. And that's the same with, isn't it the same with the Witch's Coven?
The Witch's Coven. There's also a place in Ravenwatch that also only comes out during Halloween, and I think there's one more now. I don't remember. I'd be wrong.
It's pretty cool, but they don't always come out every year.
No. So when it comes out, if you're looking to get it, you literally have those time frames to get it in. So.
Yeah. So and you have to save up, because those that come out randomly or once a year annually, they're expensive.
Yeah, you cannot buy them with gold in game, unfortunately.
Yeah. These are crowns, real money, everyone. All right, here's the Rift, as you can see, and we are to the kind of the central east side of the Rift, and the Hunter's Glade is right there. And again, it's also by the Giants camp, and you get to it. You saw me come in to Riften, which is a main capital of Rift, and that's where we're at right there. Oh, and look, here comes Antitaka. Wait, yeah, what's his name? Antitaka? Is that his name?
Antitaka, no. Yeah.
And there he goes. Goodbye. Hail and farewell.
Yeah. As you can see, this is definitely one of the more popular ones.
Yeah, and I'm going to run into the Hunter's Glade right now so I can show you what it looks like when you buy it.
And I will be down the stairs waiting for you when you come on into mine. Because there's just not a lot of room up there.
Yeah. Okay. It's taking just a moment to... There I go. This is the Hunters. Ooh. And here we are. This is the arrival point. That's where we just came through. And as you can see, we're in a tower. We're at the top of a tower, I guess, when we come in. Or we're running down into the underworld. That is... Oh, and there's so many levels here. I just want... I want to show them the open glade, so I go through the I
Green
go
portal.
into the green.
Yeah.
The green portal. Yeah. Portal to the glade. And this is a wide open land. There are no buildings in this land. This is all glade. It truly is. So for those of you who really like to create and build, this is another perfect property. Because, you know, if you look at it, it says this is not currently for sale, right? But you can see where my cursor is highlighting different items. Those are all items that you can actually remove. So you can come into this land and you can gut it if you want and start from scratch and then replace things where you might want them to go. But you better have another big empty home where you can dump everything until you need it, because your inventory would not be able to handle everything, I think. All right, I'm coming back up and out of there, and you're inside now, so I should travel to you?
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to confirm, you didn't change anything about the entry point, right? You come in and come down the circular stairs?
Yeah.
The spiral stairs?
It's still the same way as when you first came in here, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So now we're going to fast travel over into the transformed Hunter's Glade. So tell us about your vision that you held for this one.
Okay, so it's kind of a little bit difficult in a way. Like, I guess not really. It was more like the same with the Temple of Greencraft. It was a moment that hit me, but this one was more profound. I was having like a really bad week, and my friend bought this for me because, you know, he couldn't really do anything. He was across country and he was just trying to cheer me up, so he bought this for me. And this was like 3 years ago, maybe 4. And I have
to tell you, you have nice friends because they all buy you your houses. I want friends like you have.
Well, it's kind of a cycle of mutual things, you know, like when I have money, okay, I try to help them out too, you know. It's not like just give. I'm making it sound like that, but it's not. So like he bought it for me, Moonborn. He bought it for me, and he goes, "What are you gonna do with it?" And I was just like, I don't know. And so for a good year, this place just said, I gutted it. Okay? Because I like working with a blank slate. And this place, as you stated, gives you the ability to gut it. So I gutted it. And I just sat here and I spent a year just wandering in it. And then I happened to see a statue of Hersey. Like a literal statue, like the one that's in Bank Rye. And yeah, I was just like, huh, okay. And then I started just building on up. And as you can see, like, little influences have influenced me since then. Like when you come on in, there's that entire vampire statue and all that. Yeah. And as it goes on, like, again, a little bit of everything bleeded on over here. And of course I made this is what they didn't get to see. I just
lost you. Wait.
Downstairs.
I just lost you.
Downstairs. Sorry, I did not realize. I was
looking at something else. And it's like.
You're in a room.
Oh, there you are. Oh my God, that's so funny.
No, that happens.
Well, you know, when we're in game, we go over here, that right there, and it's like we don't realize that, you know, we're saying it. And it's as if we're in real life and the person's right next to us, looking where we're pointing and stuff. It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. So this, I tend to do that. It's funny.
We all, yeah.
So this is what, and they didn't get to see this, unfortunately. This is the one thing that they did not get to see in the judging. So I kind of feel bad, like they didn't get a full scope on it. Because at the time, as you pointed out when you came in, like, why can't I open your door? And I didn't realize that it was set up that way, so I feel bad.
Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah.
And this is
But you won a prize. You won one of the top 3 positions. So I think that's something that speaks for itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
well, it wasn't. Yeah, honestly, to everyone in it, it's not an easy competition. Like, and I'm
no.
glad I placed where I did. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people that did better than me. Like the second and first, for example, I know they did, and I'm happy for them. Congratulations.
They were pissed?
No.
You think?
No. I'm saying I'm happy for them.
Oh.
I said they just did better than me because, first and second place. But yeah, no, this is
Well,
the area that was
okay,
more...
I was the second place winner,
Oh, well, damn, you beat me. Congratulations.
I didn't want to say anything, but it's like,
No.
since you're congratulating,
No,
thank you.
congratulations.
But, I saw your place and I instantly came to you and went, I want to do a stream on you. I love what you did.
I
So to me, that says a lot.
Yeah, no, this is the major, the area that I consider the more Daedric influenced. Well, obviously outside
Yeah.
of the Glade, and they'll see why in a minute. But I wanted to do that because like I have bits of the Shardborn here. I have,
Yeah.
the floaty books, all that stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that with this area because there's really not much you can do in this area. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of limited. It's either this or you turn it into your crafting area.
Looks
I
nice,
don't know.
though. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. It's nice the way you did it, though. I like it.
Yeah. And so I know that this is what they all really want to see. The one that...
I'm the one that made the big fuss about, I can't get in. I can't get in. The door won't open.
No, honestly, I'm glad you did because, like, I kind of wish the judges would have said something because I would have hopped on immediately and immediately fixed it. But,
Yeah.
I get it. They probably wanted to do it without, having the host there to be all up on them. But yeah, here you go.
Well, and plus they had already extended it, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
okay. To anybody out there watching this who does housing, I have a pet peeve, so I'm going to say it right now.
Okay.
That does housing contests. You set a deadline, right? And then so many of us work to meet that deadline, and we switch over our house, to the contest house, which it's well, I don't really want people going there, but you have to in order to, and you have to make sure it's all open and ready to go by the designated date and time. And then all of a sudden on the day of or the day after you're waiting for the results, they come in and they say, it's been pushed back for several days. So, hey, those of you, if you want to get in at the last minute, come in. And my position is, fuck that shit. A deadline is a deadline.
Well, I mean, real life should always come first, especially when it comes to games.
No, but postponing is okay, but allowing people to come in after the deadline.
Oh
is
yeah,
not cool to
no,
me.
that I agree with. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I hope you weren't a person who came in after
I
the
can't.
deadline.
Okay, so they dropped how it happened. They dropped the announcement on the Discord thing, and then I was sitting here with Flux, and I'm going I kind of want to enter it, and he goes, you should. And I go, I don't know. He goes, no, really, you should. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And he spent about 3 days pushing me into it, and I finally did it. And then I had to leave ESO. I was so anxious and nervous, it wasn't even funny. I had to leave it for a bit. But yeah, and here it is. This is the opening to it.
It's beautiful. Look at how different that is. Look at that entry. The way you transformed the entry. No, but you know what I'm saying. When you're entering a contest, you work hard and you spend a lot of money to make it what the contest theme is. At least I do. And then I register it, and I get all, I get it, my P's and Q's in order, and then all of a sudden it's oh, the deadline has come and gone. But if you want to come in late, and it feels like, now this is my own stupidity, but it feels like people can come and see what you've done, and they can hurry up and do better. more elaborate. You know
Honestly,
what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie, I was considering doing that when I saw the list of people that, went into it and rolled up. I was considering going through and seeing what I have to compete against to see what I have to, try to match at least. But I found that in my own sense of spirit of fairness, I did not do that because,
Oh,
well, the reason being is
that's admirable
it
to not do that. Yeah.
well, I feel like if you're gonna do it, do give it your best. You gotta accept the fact that someone out there is always gonna be better than you. It doesn't,
There's
yeah.
always going to be someone better.
So just do your best, and if you put a lot of heart, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of passion into it, the people, the judges, the people that come around will see it. They're not gonna just be
Yeah.
like, oh, this is Garbo. They're gonna be like, wow, you took your time. And like I said, this literally before I entered it in, I worked on it for 2 years straight.
I believe it. I believe it, And it's one of those things where even before you start getting into the housing, you're working on things for so long. But then when you decide to start being involved with contests, there's a lot of politics in these contests that I'm learning about. And I'm kind of going, ooh, I don't know if and I'm not just talking about the contests that we both won a prize in. I'm talking about game-wide, Tamriel-wide,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, no, there's
a lot
the
of politics go
yeah,
on.
especially when it comes
And
to
I just
Cyrodiil.
do it because I love it. Yeah, yeah. Holy.
Not gonna lie. No, I'm with you on that. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So which direction do you want to go to first?
Oh, I don't know what your favorite direction. Let's go to your favorite spot here.
Honestly, I will save that one for last. I think I should do my friend to honor the guy that bought me in it. I will show you the spot
Aw.
I built for him because he's a duelist
Okay.
and everything
Okay.
else.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah.
And here it is. This is the dueling arena. Nothing special, obviously. Target dummies.
Nice.
Tribute to
Oh,
Sithis.
it's nice. It's nice. I like it.
And that by far is his favorite Daedric prince, Malakath.
Malakath, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's an honoring. That's a real honoring that you've done here. We should all be so lucky that someone builds and dedicates us an area, And look I have to point these out. These plants right here. I got these too. I love them.
Okay, so Flux sends me a Discord message with a bunch of pictures. He's like, you need to get to the luxury furniture vendor in Cold Harbor now. And I was like,
yeah.
Okay. And I looked at the time and I still had what was it, 2-3 days before the judging was going to happen. And I ran out.
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of them and I was just you could see, I went crazy. I was like, I need these plants. They're perfect.
They're perfect. They're perfect for in here.
Yeah.
And this one too.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I rarely find things that I want anymore at luxury vendors. I tend to find it from crafters in the guild market, honestly.
Yeah. Well, do you shop a lot at guilds?
If I can't make it myself nowadays, yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But that I'm still not even close to being a master crafter. I think I'm a master woodworker. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, a master woodworker says a lot. I'm a master crafter. It took 2 dedicated years to get that damn title. And a lot of money. A lot of real money.
I have no doubt.
Because of all the motifs you have to buy, and oh my God, it's expensive. And then I go, well, why? I wear this title over my head now and it makes me feel like I'm somebody. I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's a well-earned title because, like you said, it does take time.
It is a well-earned. And it does.
And of course, then this leads up into here. And through here. Now this is this is the meeting hall for my guild. And we're small, not too big. We're just starting, but this is
nice.
Of course, I love singing. Sorry, sanguine.
Yeah.
Sanguine is how the Khajiit pronounce it.
Yeah. Did you get is this a new statue? Oh, I didn't buy this and I wished I would have now. But okay, whatever. It'll come back out. But
Well, no, okay, so the story behind this is I had just completed Westfield. Like the full story, which, by the way, if you do not beat it with the character that you went through Necrom with, you will not get the full story.
That's correct.
So just be warned.
Yeah, no, I already know that.
I found out the hard way.
Oh my God, really?
Well, no, I also found out there's several chapters now that I have to go back and redo with the same character.
Stretch and I do a role play as Wood Elves in Gold Coast, or not Gold Coast, in the Gold Road. But as soon as we finish one of the major quests, I take this character in, and so she's got the scribbing, she's doing all the main storyline, and following up behind the Wood Elves.
So
because I want that achievement.
Mm-hmm. So you did ask me what inspired us. What inspired us? Her scene. And honestly, I think you'll agree, Hercene and Kine, they are the perfect stand-in for the god and goddess. Yeah. And the other one, I feel like the Temple of Greencraft has more of a goddess feel to it, which I'm fine with. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But the reason why I made this my primary home is, well, if I had to pick over all of the Daedric princes I would honestly be with and fucking follow in real life and all that shit, if it was like a real thing, Hercene. Yeah,
Hercene. Yeah, no, he's the god of the green wood. I mean,
he's the green man. He's the god of the hunt.
He's the green man. You better believe it. Yeah.
And so again, this is where Ghost sits, because his other favorite ghost, Moonborn, where he sits is his other favorite Daedric prince is Azura.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's kind of like this area is kind of a combination of like our little, Daedric cult flux.
No, it's beautiful.
He loves himself some Himaeus Mora.
Yeah, I see that. I'm partial to Mephala. I have to say, I just love Mephala.
Honestly,
I think she's the raw power of the goddess, man.
Well, she's definitely the raw power of the dark goddess. I will definitely agree with you on that one. But no, my favorite story with Mephala is the story between her and Riddlefar. Yeah. A cat so good in bed he managed to steal a ring. That's impressive. I'm just saying.
You're funny. Well, I mean, he's Vivek. Oh. Right? Vivek's incarnate.
Actually, that's... okay. So you have to understand.
It's in our lore.
Yes, according to Vivek. Now, Vivek, he's a troll. He's a frickin' troll.
No, it's according to our lore.
Well, that depends.
Aside from Vivek's lessons, it's in our lore.
That's yes, for the elves and the chimera. Please do not forget that other cultures do have different stories.
Okay, so every Friday, just so you know, every Friday I do the Tamriel Storyteller Hour. Every Friday I read our lore. I've been going through our lore for over, I don't know, probably a good 9 months. So I am reading all cultures, all alliances, and I've started with the very creation myth books. So if you want the real stuff,
the monomyth, because there's like I said, once you get into Khajiit and Argonian, there's a lot of contradictions that start happening with the monomyth. So that's
I go back to the earlier writings before Khajiit, and also even before any of the Nern tribes took place. So
so you're like looking at Michael Kirkright and his stuff right now.
I'm looking at I'm not this stuff right now, but I'm not. Yeah.
You don't I don't think it's appropriate for a lot of YouTube stuff.
For what?
Michael Kirkright.
He wrote Vivek's. He wrote Vivek's 36 lessons.
Yes, he did.
So
and there's a lot. Well, as you know, he broke from the stories from the series after a bit. But I get you. I just got done covering the 36 lessons of Vivek.
Yeah, no, you got to read them if you're
You
going to
do.
play the game.
You
You
do.
need to read your lore. You have to read all the lore.
Mhm.
This is beautiful in here.
Uh,
This is really
it
beautiful.
was really hard to make. Like originally, it was a lot smaller. Uh,
Okay,
well, I had to expand it out a bit because these thrones here,
they're
I
huge,
got
aren't
them
they nice?
from Galen, the luxury
Yeah,
vendor there. Yeah, the
yes,
achievement vendor.
yes.
The achievement vendor.
The achievement vendor, that's it, yeah.
And I got these, and I was like, okay, I want to put them together in a circle, so that way it looks like
Yeah,
we're all facing each other and talking.
I love it.
It didn't fit, to be
You mean in the
honest.
space you originally created?
Not in the space I originally created. So I spent about, what was it, 2 weeks just readjusting everything here. And
Yeah.
so it all fits in. And right down this way if you want.
Well, I love this, how it turned out and what my eyes are looking at. I love what you did and how you made it fit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It was, honestly, it was a pain. I'm not even gonna lie. It's because, like, despite how big this place is, the terrain in and of itself makes a lot of decorating difficult in a way, because you're trying, especially if you're trying to do with circles and things like that. Now this is the bleed over that I was talking about from the Temple of Greencraft.
Okay.
I can't help it. I love my groves. I love my altars. I love my nature. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And for those who don't see it, all the way back here, there's a hiding Meridia with a broken Meridia's orb.
All right.
Yeah.
Why is it broken? Oh, you shattered it. How funny is that?
Yes. I was just like, I had it there and I had that. I was like, yeah, why not? See how it looks, and it works really well, so.
Yeah, it works really well. So why did you want to break up her orb?
Okay,
what was your symbolism there?
Okay. I know that this sounds bad. And it's not the voice actor's fault. In Skyrim, just the way she comes into your brain when you pick up the beacon. It's grating. So, and also when I was playing through this game, and I started looking into the lore between Meridia and guess who, Molag Bal.
Molag Bal, yeah.
It's more of a representation of her broken heart, a promise that was never kept. She fell in love with someone who just broke her, in my opinion.
I never got that she was in love with Molag Bal. She definitely put him in his place.
Oh no, that's the entire thing. Is if you actually, when you get into their lore, Meridias and Molags.
I've already read it.
Then she's also one of her. Okay, so they had a thing. He played her, he duped her, he manipulated her. She got pissed, as Meridia does. Okay, and what she did the first time is she helped Mehrunes Dagon, aka Hope, the four arms of Adamantia that shattered Lig. She helped create him and bring him into being. And thus that's the reason why in the storyline in this one, when he goes, Meridia, I should have suspected it was you, and just starts going off and throwing things at her. It's a little bit of a former lover spat going on there. Because like, think about what Azura says to...
Maybe I see it from a different perspective because I'm a woman.
You might. Well, I don't...
So a woman knows another woman's intention, and also some of the way they... Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that. I mean, like, I'm not going to try to put my head into that mind frame.
Yeah.
But my entire thought is like, if you even think about it, like with Vivek, look, he made a deal with Molag Bal, and we all know what happened there.
He married him, and marriage to Vivek means murder, and so I mean, but look at Vivek is the one that says violence is the way to heaven, so he's all about, that's what his whole motto.
Yeah,
motto is.
he also said that in one hand he held victory, in one hand he held defeat. So
well, yeah, he's androgynous. It's
not that. He's a walking. The best way to sum him up, and not in a negative way, he is a walking. What's the word? My brain just shut down on me.
Oh,
Paradox.
no!
Paradox.
He's a paradox. Huh? I see him as a contradiction, but that's okay. Paradox
because
will work.
yeah, well, contradiction has a lot more different meanings. Like he's not bad, but Vivek is not exactly. It's hard. It's hard to
None
describe
of them
Vivek.
are good or
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
They're
well,
all kind of weird.
yeah. If you played Morrowind, some of them you feel really sad for some of them. When you know them at this point and you know what happens to them down the line.
Okay, but
Yeah.
see, you're talking down to me. You're talking down to
Am
me as if I
I?
don't play this game,
Oh
as if I
no, I didn't
don't
mean to
know
come
the
across that way.
lore.
I am so sorry. I did not mean that.
No, I'm just saying, it's like I might even know it better than you.
You know,
Maybe I
I
even
always
wrote some of it. No, I'm only teasing. I
oh,
didn't write any
you
of
know
it.
what?
Wouldn't that be a trip? Wouldn't that be a trip?
No,
If you were
honestly,
talking to somebody and they were the writer of it and you were telling them what it all meant and they
uh,
just kind of
well,
looked at you and went,
no.
that'd
For
be,
me, knowing my luck, it would
I'm
be like I'm Michael Kirk, and I'd be like, fuck.
Oh, I'm actually hoping that happens one day. I'm hoping I meet a writer in game
Oh,
as we're discussing lore and they tell the backstory, because
I would
every
love
tale
that.
has a backstory.
It
Wouldn't that be
does.
awesome?
It does. And
Yeah. But
I
I
would
think
agree
the
with you.
bottom
Hmm?
Yeah, I think the bottom line always comes down to the interpretation that we have of every single tale and lore.
Hmm.
That's based on our questing too, because you don't learn really until you've done the questing and understand the questing that
Yeah.
fits with the lore.
Hmm.
They go hand in hand. And so to understand the full story, you have to experience it. It's not just a cerebral journey,
No.
it's an actual immersion into the storyline. And
Hmm.
I think it's always going to be based on each individual person's perception of life, or experience in ESO, and I think that's what makes it so exciting,
It
is
is.
because there isn't one absolute interpretation of any. I mean, like, Michael, thank you very much for what you gave us, but he's kind of insane.
Yeah. Yeah, he's practically right up there with Mr. Crowley. I agree.
Yeah,
That's why I said a
nonsensical
lot of
and
his stuff would
sometimes, and
not be YouTube friendly.
yeah, yeah. I still read it. I read it all,
You
and
know,
it's all on YouTube.
yeah, but like honestly, I tend to follow when it comes down to my lore gurus. I do like Michael Kirk, right? However, the simple fact is, him and Bethesda, and people hate to say this, separated a long time ago.
A long time ago. That's right.
And
That's right. Yeah.
unfortunately, how copyright works in the United States, at least, Bethesda owns the lore and everything to Elder Scrolls. So Michael Kirk
That's right.
writes stories that go on after the separation are not canon, do not matter. I hate to say it.
That's right.
I love his writing. He's an excellent
That's
writer.
right.
Okay, but unfortunately, overall, it does not matter to a degree. Like
His becomes fan fiction
yeah,
from the point he left.
like
He
and
becomes a fan.
the
Yeah, fan
perfect
fiction.
example is underneath Michael Kirkwright. I do not think we would have gotten the Daedric Prince of Many Paths. I don't
Oh
think
my
we
God, I
never would have
love
gotten that,
her.
and I love the
I'm
storyline. It
I'm
is
in love with
so
her. She's
good,
my BFF, my best friend
right?
forever.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, right. Because like people don't. I think a lot of people do get this. She introduced something that I believe it was not Azura Nocturne hinted at in the Somerset DLC multiverse. She just confirmed it
Multiverse, that's right. She confirmed
because
it. That's it. Yeah.
spoilers. Sorry. I just realized not a lot of people might have played it yet because it's they don't have the DLC or whatever. But
Yeah. Well,
sorry, spoiler. Not going to go into more detail, but yeah. So if you want the true story,
mhm.
play through with the character you went through on Necrom. Trust me.
Yeah, you'll be happy you did.
Hmm.
You'll be happy you did. Yeah. Especially for that final achievement.
Hmm. Now,
Yeah.
I
Well, you know what? Unfortunately, Vulpin, we are out of time.
no problem.
So I'm going to thank our viewers out there for tuning in. This has really been a fascinating process, and I am so digging our conversation. But I'm going to go ahead and say bye-bye to
Okay.
all of you. And this is Flower Child 567, and don't forget, tune in tomorrow, Friday, at 10 a.m. Pacific for the Tamriel Storyteller Hour. I'm starting a whole new direction. Let's see what it will be. See you then.
I'll tune in.
Oh, you're funny. You should come.